Hey Thrivers, welcome back. So today on the Thrive and Tribe, I have a new friend of mine, Amanda Sherwin, and we're going to be talking about day jobs and how you can do more than just a day job, but actually make it into a career for yourself and make it something you enjoy doing. So first of all, why don't you just introduce yourself, where you're from, when you moved to New York, fun facts.
Yeah, okay. A little bit about me.
Yeah.
I grew up in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Cool.
So shout out to the 77. I grew up as like a competition dancer. I went to Sherwin studio and I went to BSDA, so I performed in a lot of random places growing up. Performed at Disney World, like Orange Bowl, on a cruise ship, lots of random stuff. And then at BSDA we did a lot of competitions, so I got like the whole Comp Kid experience, went to nationals once, lots of good times there. And then I went to Marymount Manhattan College.
Oh, cool.
So before I went to college, my older sister went to NYU, so she started living in New York before me, so like every summer I would be like, okay, bye Florida, like I'm heading to New York. And from when I was like 14 on, I would kind of stay at her apartment like every summer for at least a month.
Yes.
And just get like, they used to have those little 10 class punch cards at BDC, and
yeah.
I would just like, you know, every summer it was great. So when I moved to New York, I didn't have that experience of like figuring out the city.
Yeah.
I was the one like bossily leading around my like freshman
You knew it,
roommates,
yeah.
pretending that I
Yeah.
knew it. I still had like a lot
Don't
to
we
learn.
all? Don't we all?
Yeah. But yeah, so then I went to Marymount, and I double majored in dance and journalism, which was great. Kept taking classes at BDC mostly. I actually graduated a semester early.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. I really like finagled the advisement process to get all my courses done. So I graduated in December of 2018. And then I got a full scholarship to do the professional semester.
Oh, at BDC! Congratulations, that's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, it was the first year they did that. So I was like the first recipient.
Cool. Did you do it like after you graduated?
Yes, I did it spring of 19.
Oh, so just this past spring.
Right after, yeah.
Awesome. I did it like many months ago.
Oh,
Not many.
post-emanation.
Yeah, post-emanation. It was like 2015. It wasn't that long ago, but
Yeah.
it feels longer ago.
Yeah.
So my question for you was when you moved to New York, but you moved what, like when you were 18, right?
Yeah, I moved in 2015.
Okay, cool.
So.
Yeah, so a bit ago. So you've known it, and then what made you decide to double major with dance and journalism?
The short answer is I thought I wanted to be Rory Gilmore.
We love that.
I don't know. I guess I was always kind of told I was a good writer growing up, and so I wasn't really interested in anything else besides dance.
Yeah.
And whenever I had to write for school, I tried to make it about like art or dance.
Yeah.
I knew like I wanted to double major mostly because of like parent pressure.
Okay, same. Yep.
Yeah.
But in the way, like we're kind of like, I get it, I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was always like, I need somewhere I can double major. It ended up being Marymount, and it all worked out really well. I think what I've learned now is like, I used to think of my journalism major as like my backup plan, or like my dancer retirement plan kind of thing. Like, oh, I'll switch to journalism in like 10 years and do that.
Yeah.
But now I figured out how to do both, which is really great.
So cool. So you write for DanceSpirit magazine.
I do.
That's so awesome. Can you tell us how did that happen? Was that something that when you decided you were majoring and you're like, that's the perfect place, or was it something that just kind of like came into your lap?
Yeah. So when I was little, depending on who asked me, I would either say, when I grow up, I want to be on Broadway, or when I grow up, I want to be the editor of DanceSpirit.
Yeah.
Depending on who asked me, like, or how I was feeling that day.
Yeah.
So like, I grew up reading the magazine, and it was always kind of in the back of my mind, like, if people ask me why I majored in journalism, like, oh, how can you mesh the two? I got that question a lot.
I majored in journalism too, so I would get that question all the time.
Yeah, and
I was like, I'm figuring it out.
Yeah, I was like, have you heard of like arts journalism?
Yeah, no,
it's kind of a thing.
It's a thing.
Sorry, I just went off on a tangent.
No, you're good.
Original question.
Yeah, so like, how did, was it sort of your plan to work for them?
Oh, yes,
yeah.
Okay, so in ProSem, I met one of the ballet teachers there. He teaches ballet, Barry Corollis. Super amazing teacher, really cares about his students, and he came up and asked me like the first day of ProSem what my goals were and everything. And he told me he wrote for Dance Magazine, like freelance wise.
Cool.
So I went up to him later and was like, I really want to write, like pitch an article to DanceSpirit about ProSem, because nobody has written about ProSem for
That's crazy.
since like 2013 or something. Honestly, we're going to be looking for someone, so like,
yes.
if you're doing ProSem and you can write, hit me up.
Shout out.
And then he was like, oh, like here's, you know, the editor's email, like here's what you should say, and by the way, they want a summer intern, so you should apply. So I applied for the summer internship thinking like, oh, it's part-time, like as soon as I'm done with ProSem, I'm going to be doing like the struggling artist auditioner life, and this will be a good like counterpart to that. So I interviewed for the internship, didn't get it, and then Margaret, the editor, was like, by the way, we have a full-time position, and
oh my gosh,
it's yours. Like I did
when
one more.
closes, they all open.
Yeah, I did like one more interview, and then the job was mine. So
it's amazing.
yeah.
When you were hired, did they know that you wanted to pursue dance professionally? Like, how did that work out?
That's
Yeah.
a fine line that I'm still in the process
Yeah.
of navigating. They've said from right off the bat, like they really value, you know, because obviously like all the editors and writers are somehow involved in the arts, and they value us bringing our experience to our careers, because in this case it really like enhances our writing.
Totally.
And so they always said like, you know, we try to find ways to make things work, like to make projects happen for you, and you know things you want to do. But they did specifically ask me like, are you committed to this job, or are you gonna leave in 2 months? And I was like, barring an offer to be in, you know, Legally Blonde new national tour, like yes, I'm committed. So when I accepted the job, I was like, I'm just gonna go with it. Like this opportunity's presented to me for a reason. I'm assuming I should take it and just run with it. So.
I think that's smart too, and especially when you're new to a job, it's good to really like make a good first impression and be there for a hot minute before you know figuring everything else out. So, what's your favorite piece pieces you've written for DanceSpirit?
I've actually written a lot at this point. A lot of them are just little blog posts. I really like the like listicles that I get to do.
That's fun.
Like top reason, or I don't know, 8 stages of recital season I did. I put the dancers into like enneagrams.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun.
Yeah, actually fun. So just those little things I think are fun, because they're coming like directly from my own experience, and it's like writing what you know is just the coolest thing. Interview wise and stuff, I got to interview Amber from Dancers Who Live.
That's actually how I found out about you, and then you wrote for DanceSpirit, because I saw that article about her. It's someone who's created like a personal training, like online program, right, for dancers. I don't know if you want to talk more about it, but
yeah, that's basically what it is. It's like an online coaching, but it's personal training, like specifically for dancers and like to suit dancers' needs.
It seems super cool and like just such smart branding. I really admired it, and then I was like, wait, she is a dancer that I know. That's so funny.
Dancers who write.
Yeah.
No,
That's
but yeah. So that interview was really cool because we actually have a lot in common. What else have I done? I did like a how to stand out at conventions article.
That's smart. Nice.
Yeah, I got to interview Megan Sannett, who
cool.
I literally just saw her like all the time during ProSem, like slaying it. And
isn't that really good one with the red hair?
Yes, with the red hair.
If you watch this, Megan, we both adore you.
Love you, Megan. But yeah, I just saw her like killing it in Josh Store's class, and I found out she teaches at Tremaine.
Oh, cool.
So it was cool because like I honestly, when it's my story, I get to hand pick like who I interview.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm kind of strategic, and I pick people that I want to get advice from or that I look up to.
Absolutely.
Stuff like that. So
cool.
Yeah, those articles I would say.
That's awesome. And so you're leaving for your first contract soon, right?
I am.
Are you so excited?
I'm still shook that. Yeah, because I got that audition. It's always the audition that you just kind of throw away, or like you're not nervous about.
Or it's the one where you have to do like the least amount of work for.
Yeah. I literally I was scouting a ProSem placement class for models for DanceSpirit, so I was on the other side of the table that morning, sprinted to Pearl, like my friend put my name down, I ran in, I didn't warm up, and I got booked.
Yes.
Not that I recommend not warming up.
But you know, it can happen. What's the job?
It's a show called Christmas Wonderland, and it's with Dublin Worldwide Productions and Spirit Productions.
Okay, yeah, my roommate worked for them a couple years ago. She said great things, so it'll be fun.
Give me your number.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then is your employer like okay with that you're leaving for a bit?
Yeah, so I got the email for it when I was at work on like a Tuesday, and they wanted to know by Friday, so I was just sitting at my desk like Does anybody know, I'm having a panic attack? So I called my mom and my sister, and we, like, powwowed about what was gonna happen, because it was like I'll be gone for all the holidays. And I don't get to go home a lot. So I wanted to kind of get their blessing, like, on everything. So once they were down, we kind of figured out a plan, like, how I was gonna present it to my editor. So, like, the next day I called her, I told her all about it, and she was so kind and, like, gracious. And and because it's only 2 months, it's kind of the perfect time thing. And also I can work remotely. Like, I'm working remotely right now.
Like, you can work from home all the time, I'm sure. Like, not taking advantage of it, but you can always enhance the magazine and the writing with your experience.
So what we kind of decided is I'm going to take a week off with, like, all my vacation days for the rest of eternity, for however long the rehearsals are. And then once I get to, it's in Nevada, in Reno. So once I get to Reno, I'm going to be, like, technically working remotely.
Great.
And I told Spirit about it. I had 5 people read my contract to make sure that I was, like, allowed to do it.
Nice.
And they said it was fine. So I'm double booked.
Double booked, double blessed. That's awesome. And so your commitment with DanceSpirit, is that, like, a full-time 9 to 5, and, like, with health benefits and all that stuff, or, like?
I have health insurance.
That's exciting.
It was very hard to figure out. But I am covered.
Yes.
And I do get paid. I'm salary, so I'm not paid hourly. Like, I know how much I get paid every month.
Nice.
It is a full-time job. The hours are very flexible because we're always, like, we get free press tickets to go to events and shows and stuff at night. So, like, if you're going to a show and you live in Brooklyn or like New Jersey or something, you want to come in at, like, 11 to 7 and then go to the show.
Okay.
So just, like, naturally the hours are really flexible. I say for me, like, I'm kind of working 100% of the time, but at, like, 50% capacity, so I can do other things.
I was going to ask how it worked with auditions.
I mean, if you ever see me at an audition, I'm probably sitting in the middle of the room with my laptop, just, like, headphones on, like, I'm working. But I'm also trying to get
but it's we're wasting so many hours at the audition, not in the audition room. It's so smart you're able to work while you're doing that.
And helps my nerves too, because otherwise you're just sitting there, like,
waiting. With having your phone drained before your eyes because there's so many people. That's awesome. I'm trying to think if I have any other questions for you. I think, do you have any other advice for anyone who is looking to pursue a day job that isn't waiting tables, isn't babysitting, just something new? Any advice you have on, like, how to work with an employer or how to go about it?
I would say, like, one, if you're younger and you're watching this, I'm a big advocate of going to college for dance. I feel like if you are financially able to, there's no reason why you shouldn't. So definitely go to college. And then, like, if you have gone to college and you have a degree, it's like what I said before, don't think of it as a backup plan. Like, those are skills that you worked really hard to learn and acquire, and then if there's any way you can use them, like, while you're dancing, you can definitely make it happen. Like, just because nobody has done your path before doesn't mean you can do it. And I think I would also say, like, in terms of networking and stuff, I hate that word.
It's like a necessary evil, even though it's not an evil.
But I would say, like, in a lot of dance training programs, they'll say, like, network with your, like, teachers, network with, like, big name professionals, like, that's who you want to meet. But really, like, the most important connections I've made have been the people around me, like, in class, in auditions. Because you never know, like, who has a side business or who's a freelancer or who's getting paid to do other things, and, like, if those kinds of opportunities come up when you least expect it and are more likely to come up than having, like, a celebrity be your mentor.
I know, totally.
So,
I love that.
That's advice.
Thanks so much. Thanks, you guys. If you have any takeaways from what Amanda said or what we talked about, comment below wherever you're watching this, YouTube, Instagram, the website, wherever. So, the internet. Let us know what you think. Thanks, guys. Bye.